Hey, welcome back to the Debt Sucks podcast, where we talk real about money, ditch the shame, and help you build financial peace without sacrificing your soul to hustle culture. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, bankruptcy attorney, financial realist, and a guy who's watched the rise and grind mindset turn perfectly good humans into caffeinated zombies with maxed out credit cards. Last week's episode, everything feels unprecedented, but you're still in control. We unpacked the chaos, sky-high interest rates, weird job market vibes, AI coming for our jobs, and talked about how clear thinking beats panic every time. You can't control the headlines, but you can control your response. And this week, we're leaning into one of those responses. Everyone's got a side hustle, should you? Because let's be real, these days, everyone is hustling. Your coworker's flipping sneakers out of his trunk, your neighbor's door dashing dinner after eating dinner, your cousin started a soy wax candle empire, and TikTok is yelling, "No excuses, Beyonce has 24 hours too." Well, sure, but Beyonce also has a personal chef, a nanny, and a team. You have leftover pizza and a stack of student loans. So in today's episode, we're breaking down the real pros of picking up a side hustle, the real cons, especially the ones nobody posts about, and a categorized list of side hustles to consider based on how much time, energy, and sanity you've got left. So let's do this. Segment 1, the pros of side hustles. Let's give credit where credit's due. Side hustles can be game changers, especially when you're dealing with debt that won't quit, emergency expenses, underemployment, or just wanting to speed up your journey to financial freedom. Here's what a side hustle can do. It can increase your income without changing your full-time job, help you build skills you can monetize long-term, fund your shit happens fund or debt payoff faster, and give you confidence and control in tough financial seasons. And look, I'm not anti-side hustle. I'm doing this podcast, but I've seen Uber drivers pay off $10,000 in debt and Etsy sellers fund emergency savings, but I've also seen people crash and burn. So let's talk about that next. Segment 2, the cons and costs of the hustle life. Here's what nobody's saying on TikTok. Side hustles have a cost. And I'm not talking about startup fees. I'm talking about burnout. You go from motivated to miserable real quick when you're working 60 or more hours a week. Your brain's fried, your body's tired, your spirit wants a nap and a hug. Relationship strains. You promised you'd be at dinner, but you picked up an extra shift. Your partner's picking up the slack at home. Your kids are asking, "Why are you always working?" Then there's guilt and resentment. You feel guilty for missing out. Your family feels neglected. You start resenting the hustle that was supposed to bring freedom. Time theft from your real goals. Sometimes the hustle becomes a distraction. You're driving 30 hours a week instead of building a long-term career. You're focused on money now, but not where it's taking you. It's not that you shouldn't hustle. It's that you shouldn't hustle mindlessly. Ask yourself, is this hustle buying me freedom or costing me everything else? The segment 3, 5 questions to ask before you start a side hustle so you don't get hustled yourself. So let's slow it down and talk about what most people skip. Should you even start a side hustle? And what should you watch out for before jumping in? Because while you're looking for a way out, scammers and shady mentors are looking for a way in. So here are 5 brutally honest questions to ask before you give anyone your time, energy, or credit card. So 1, do I actually have time for this? Not fantasy time. Not if I didn't have a job, kids, and a soul time. Real life time. Because if you're already stretched thin, that easy 10-hour-a-week hustle might turn into a stress bomb waiting to explode. Number 2, what's the cost? What's the real cost? Don't just ask, how much can I make? Ask, do I have to buy equipment? Is there a subscription fee? Am I spending gas, wear and tear, or mental bandwidth I don't have? And most importantly, is this business earning or is it just spending disguised as an opportunity? Here's my rule. If you have to invest $997 in a course just to learn how to sell a $997 course, you're the product, not the entrepreneur. Number 3, is this a hustle or a hustle trap? If this opportunity sounds like, just copy my proven system, Start your own biz with no skills required. DM me if you're ready to change your life. Run! If someone's trying harder to sell you a dream than explain the work, it's probably a nightmare with an affiliate link. 4. How will this impact my people? Side hustles don't just cost your time, they cost presence. Ask, will I miss dinners? Will this make my partner feel abandoned? Is this a short-term sacrifice we can all agree on? Or am I disappearing into grind mode with no end in sight? You don't want to wake up debt-free and alone. And number 5, do I have a plan for the money I make? If your side hustle money just disappears into impulse buys, it's not helping. Make sure you've got a goal. Pay off X dollars of debt. Build a $1,000 emergency fund. A time limit. And a strategy that matches your lifestyle. Otherwise, you'll hustle hard and still feel broke. And that's the worst kind of burnout. So yeah, side hustles can change your life. But getting hustled by a hustle, that'll just drain your wallet, wreck your schedule, and leave you wondering why you're working 2 jobs and still can't breathe. So ask these questions first. And remember, just because everyone's hustling doesn't mean you should follow blindly. It's your life, your energy, your rules. Segment 4, Side Hustle Ideas broken down by category. Let's make this practical. Here are some real-world side hustle ideas broken down by how much energy, flexibility, or skill they require. So low energy, flexible hours. Try pet sitting or dog walking. Rover or local apps will help. TaskRabbit jobs like moving, assembly, and errands. Online surveys or market research panels, slow but easy. Delivery apps, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart. Or selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. Skill-based side hustles, these are great for evenings or weekends, like freelance writing, editing, or design, Fiverr and Upwork. Tutoring, online or local students. Virtual assistant gigs, voiceover or audio transcription, bookkeeping for small businesses, Etsy shop if you're crafty and organized. Creative hustles, build for the long term. YouTube or podcasting, hello my people. Course creation or coaching, blogging with affiliate income, photography or content creation, print-on-demand merch, Teespring and Redbubble, some asset-based hustles. They require tools or property. Airbnb if you have a spare room or unit, renting out tools, camera, or gear. Turo, renting your car advertising or wraps. Listener question. Hey Ben, I've tried to pick up a side hustle a few times. Uber, selling stuff online, even a little freelance writing, but nothing sticks. Either I don't have the time or I'm just too burned out. I feel kind of guilty, like I'm not doing enough. What should I do? I just can't make a side hustle work right now. First off, thank you for asking this, because so many people feel this exact guilt and just don't say it out loud. Here's the deal. You are not a failure because you don't have the energy to work 2 jobs, build an Etsy empire, and drive Uber until midnight. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to protect your mental health. You are allowed to not side hustle and still be a responsible, goal-chasing adult. If a side hustle doesn't fit your life right now, that's not a moral failing. It's just a sign to focus your energy somewhere else. So here are a few high-impact things you can do instead. Do a brutally honest money breakdown. Track everything. Knowing where your money's going is more powerful than working an extra shift blindly. Use the pile driver method. Build savings first, even $5 at a time, and knock out one debt at a time once you've got enough saved. It's slower, but it's solid. Cut the quiet leaks. Audit your spending. Cancel the sneaky subscriptions. Simplify. Sometimes saving $100 a month is easier than earning $100 more. Double down on rest and clarity. Burnout steals your ability to make good money decisions. Rest isn't lazy, it's a strategy. And finally, stop apologizing for living within your limits. You don't owe the internet a hustle story. You owe yourself peace, purpose, and a financial plan you can actually live with. The world screams, go harder, but sometimes the smartest thing you can do is go gentler. You're doing better than you think. So let's keep going your way.
Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works. But not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count of drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white-knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state. Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline.
All right, here's your challenge for this week. If you've already got a side hustle, evaluate it. If you're thinking about starting one, pause and ask why. Ask yourself, is this hustle helping me hit real financial goals? Is it sustainable for my life and my relationships? Am I chasing freedom or just chasing what everyone else is doing? Because here's the truth. If you don't need a side hustle right now, don't start one just because TikTok is out here flipping sneakers, freelancing, or selling sea moss gummies with wild enthusiasm. A full life doesn't need to be crammed with extra work to be valid. If your budget works, your needs are met, and your time is filled with things that matter, that's not a failure to hustle. It's a win. You don't need to monetize every moment. You don't need to turn your hobby into your side gig. What you do need is peace, purpose, and a plan that actually works for you. So whether you're hustling, healing, or just hanging on, build a life you actually want to live in. Need help? Download the Level Up Money Plan and the Brutally Honest Money Breakdown at debtsucks.info. Free, practical, zero pyramid schemes. Guaranteed. And hey, if this episode made you think, helped you breathe, or made you laugh, snort out loud, like it, follow it, review it, and share it with someone else who's out here trying to figure out their money without losing their mind. Because adulting is hard. That makes it harder. And hustling just to keep up with the internet, that's how burnout gets a LinkedIn endorsement. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and stay debt-free, my friends.